Chapter 11, 76. Crazed Demon Agreement. Translator, Atlas Studios. Editor, Atlas Studios. The route to leave Crazed Demon Cave was much shorter than going in. Some days later, Fang Yuan arrived in Hayang Grotto Heaven. To think that Chudu also has a super goo formation and has even set it up to transport goo immortals in and out of Hayang Grotto Heaven. Fang Yuan felt admiration towards Chudu's foresight and preparation. This was his backup. As long as he set up a teleportation goo formation in the outside world that was not discovered, Chudu and the others would not be trapped in Hayang Grotto Heaven by Heavenly Lord Baizu. This showed that even though Chudu resisted Heavenly Lord Baizu and had a strong attitude, he was not just being rash and reckless. "Brother Lu, you have arrived." Chudu was already standing outside the formation, waiting for Fang Yuan. Seeing Fang Yuan, he showed joy on his face. Fang Yuan sighed. Fate toys with people. If there were no mishaps, Hayang Grotto Heaven would have already become a peaceful paradise. Fang Yuan looked around, only to see that Hayang Grotto Heaven had rising smoke and flames. Beast growls could be heard. There were large pits on the ground. Fierce battles were happening far away. Chudu introduced at an appropriate timing. Hayang Grotto Heaven has huge space. Heavenly Lord Baizu is continuously sending in desolate beasts to invade, but I have already invited several experts. They are staying guard at different locations, while I am here to prevent Heavenly Lord Baizu from coming in personally. Fang Yuan had a solemn expression. His gaze held deep meaning. "Brother Chu, you have heavy responsibilities. I did not disappoint you. I brought what you need." Saying this, Fang Yuan waved his sleeves as two wills flew out from them. The wills flew to the air and turned into the figures of Not Immortal and Pang Shan. From the outside, one could vaguely see the immortal essence and immortal goo that they were carrying. Fang Yuan did not keep these two wills in his own immortal aperture. The sovereign immortal aperture could not be exposed. In this current situation, the wills of Not Immortal and Pang Shan could not be targeted. Along the way, Fang Yuan had thought of harming these two wills and taking those extremely precious immortal goo for himself. But this was very unlikely. The main reason was that Fang Yuan had an alliance agreement. Once he attacked, it would activate. He would die from the backlash. Secondly, these two immortal goo were not easy to snatch, because the goo immortal's will was not just carrying the immortal goo itself inside it was filled with will. With just a thought, these two immortal goo would self-detonate. "Thank you," Chudu said as he kept Pang Shan's will in his immortal aperture directly. This small detail was noticed by Fang Yuan. He noted it internally. The immortal aperture was the basis of a goo immortal. It was the most reliable source of resources. One would not expose it to outsiders normally. Chudu seemed to greatly trust Pang Shan. Chudu said to Not Immortal's will, "Not Immortal, you can stay with this ally of mine." Not Immortal stroked his beard, smiling at Fang Yuan. "My main body guessed correctly. You really chose this person." "What do you mean?" Fang Yuan asked. He was filled with questions and suspicions on this trip to Crazed Demon Cave. Chudu explained, "I will summarize it. Crazed Demon Cave is one of the 10 great fierce areas in Northern Plains on the surface, but it was actually specially created by Limitless Demon Venerable in his later years to pursue the secrets of eternal life. Limitless Demon Venerable refined the legendary derivation goo he hid inside Crazed Demon Cave and did experiments in goo refinements on it, hoping to reach a breakthrough. Limitless Demon Venerable. Eternal life." Fang Yuan's eyes shined brightly. Did Limitless Demon Venerable succeed? Not Immortal's will shook his head. "We are unclear on that. Limitless Demon Venerable's whereabouts are not listed clearly in historical records. The conclusion is he went missing mysteriously. Whether he succeeded or failed, we do not know." However, Not Immortal's will said, "What Chudu said is true. Crazed Demon Cave was indeed where Limitless Demon Venerable stayed in his later years. Derivation goo is currently at the deepest layer of Crazed Demon Cave. Around derivation goo, there is a huge super goo formation set up." "Derivation goo?" Fang Yuan muttered. "This goo was extremely famous. Not just Goo Immortals. Even almost all Goo Masters knew about it. The reason was that it was inside. Towards the end of after the seven heavens broke, Renzu's 10 children died one by one, and Renzu was about to die of old age. But at the end, Renzu gathered the corpses of his 10 children and sacrificed himself, all entering the stomach of Derivation Goo. Derivation Goo's stomach burst, exploding as the light of life spread across the land, creating the first batch of mortals. These mortals did not have Renzu or the 10 children's aptitude, but they could cultivate after awakening their aperture. Humanity thus grew and developed, forming today's size. During this process, 10 ranked 9 venerables were born. Each of them led their own era and left deep marks on the world. Eventually, today's situation in the 5 regions was formed. Limitless Demon Venerable actually obtained Derivation Goo. Was he trying to imitate Renzu and create the human race again? Fang Yuan sighed in shock as he asked. That's not the case. Not Immortal answered. Renzu created humanity. It is an unparalleled method of human path. Limitless Demon Venerable, however, cultivated rule path. He wanted to use Derivation Goo to derive new Dao marks, eventually using these Dao marks as clues to reach eternal life. Using Derivation Goo to derive Dao marks? Fang Yuan was shocked. Chudu nodded. Even though this is the estimation of the 3 Crazed demon eccentrics, Crazed Demon Cave has physical proof of it. The demonic sounds inside Crazed Demon Cave were the result of Limitless Demon Venerable's Super Goo formation. His motive was not to make all the living beings go crazy. That was only the side effect. His true motive was to cause changes in the Dao marks in their bodies, to create brand new Dao marks. So that's it. Fang Yuan's mind shook. He thought about it and asked, does that really work? Not Immortal followed up. The deeper you go into Crazed Demon Cave, the stronger the demonic sounds. Among chaotic Dao marks, new Dao marks do indeed form. But these new Dao marks will be transferred to the deepest layer due to the Super Goo formation. Those 3 Crazed demon eccentrics want to get through these obstacles of Dao marks and enter the core of the Super Goo formation to control Derivation Goo and make the Super Goo formation work for us. Precisely as a result, the 3 Crazed demon eccentrics need my strength, Chudu said. Fang Yuan realized at once he had a guess. As expected, Chudu's following words affirmed his guess. At the lowest layer, all sorts of Dao marks of all paths are present. The 3 Crazed demon eccentrics have their own specialties, but their strength path attainment is below mine. Thus, they invited me, wanting to use my understanding towards strength path and methods to resolve their obstacles in terms of strength path Dao marks. Not Immortal's will side. It is not about helping us 3 Crazed demon eccentrics. It is about helping yourselves. We, the 3 Crazed demon eccentrics, have been in Crazed Demon Cave for hundreds of years. Even though we are making progress, it is not evident. The secret of eternal life, it is not something the 3 of us can obtain with just our power. We need you, and you need us. Only by working together can we obtain the fruits of Limitless Demon Venerable's labor. The 3 Crazed demon eccentrics went through hundreds of years without much progress. They could only recruit new people to help. Chudu was their target. And Chudu thought that Fang Yuan was suitable. Because of Reckless Savage's true meaning, Chudu felt that he was going to sustain his cooperation with Fang Yuan for a long time. They had to obtain deeper connections. Thus, he gave the 3 Crazed demon eccentrics token to Fang Yuan and asked him to find them. Among the 3 eccentrics, Not Immortal and Pang Shan saw Chudu's intent. Thus, they were very warm to Fang Yuan. Chudu, you are a strength path great expert, right now in Northern Plains. No, in the 5 regions, you are an authoritative figure of strength path. It is not strange that you were chosen by the 3 seniors of Crazed Demon Cave. But what abilities do I have to be chosen? Fang Yuan asked. Chudu laughed loudly. Brother Lu, don't be so humble. You are a transformation path rank 7 Goo Immortal. You can disguise as a rank 6 without showing any flaws. I saw your tribulation, even though I only took a look. The power of the calamity was immense. It shows your deep foundation. Looking over the entire Northern Plains Goo Immortal world, in terms of transformation, path achievement, hardly anyone can compete with you. What? He is a rank 7 Gu immortal? Hearing Chudu's words, even not immortal's will was shocked. He assessed Fang Yuan again. Impressive. His transformation path foundation is truly deep. Be it my main body or Pang Shan's main body, we could not tell. Fang Yuan smiled bitterly. This was mainly due to his immortal killer move familiar face. Of course, there was also the impression left on Chudu by the calamities. Familiar face was indeed a transformation path. Immortal killer move. Fang Yuan knew. Even though his transformation path attainment level was not low, his foundation was superficial. He was relying on familiar face to make others misunderstand him. But this misunderstanding was quite good. Fang Yuan thus used familiar face to raise his aura from rank 6 to rank 7. Not immortal, felt Fang Yuan's aura change and stared with wide-opened eyes, completely shocked. I was not intending to deceive you, but I was going into a dangerous place. I had to conceal myself for survival. I hope you will not blame me. Fang Yuan apologized to Not Immortal's Will, speaking politely and having a sincere tone. Not Immortal's Will quickly waved his hand. I have learned much. Indeed, Domination Immortal has good foresight. His attitude had changed drastically. Interaction between Gu immortals mostly depended on strength. Chudu was solemn. Brother Lu, are you willing to join us in the search for the secret of eternal life? Limitless Demon Venerable's achievement in his later years. Of course I am willing. Fang Yuan was similarly solemn. Not Immortal's Will stroked his beard. Then after this battle, can Brother Lu go to Crazed Demon Cave? We will set the Crazed Demon Agreement. All right, Fang Yuan replied curtly. Next, Not Immortal can follow Brother Lu. Chudu arranged. This arrangement was very sincere. If Chudu kept Not Immortal in Pang Shan's will, he would have both Immortal Guno and Care. He would be able to break his agreement without facing backlash. But if he separated both Immortal Gu, no Immortal Gu would be in Fang Yuan's hand, while Care Immortal Gu would be with Chudu. Not only can it dispel Fang Yuan's suspicions, it would also let Fang Yuan feel the sincerity of Chudu and the 3 crazed demon eccentrics. However, Fang Yuan waved his hand, saying something overbearing. If both of you can trust me, I will keep no Immortal Gu. Not Immortal's Will and Immortal Essence can be kept by Brother Chu. Not Immortal's Will was dazed before stroking his beard. Chudu laughed. Brother Lu, oh, you are seriously vigilant. All right, we will go with that.